country home.
John Cruz here with your Sunline Recap from Lake St. Clair. Man, what an awesome fishery. It seems like that place gets better and better for the last 5 or 6 years every time we go back, and it really showed out this week. Lake Erie was not as big of a player as it has been in the past. Up there, Superior didn't really kick out the big stringers like it had in the past. Congratulations to Jason Christie getting that W, man. Just really consistent all 4 days. That's what it takes there. But ended up 35th place, and in practice, I thought I had a real good deal going on. I was catching them on a Spro, Little John, Baby DD. I caught well over 20 pounds the first day of practice, and I thought, if that doesn't change, I think I can catch 20 pounds a day all through the tournament. And the first day I went out there, just got to catching them and catching them and catching them on that Baby DD. That bait runs about 12 feet deep. I was fishing probably 14 to 17 feet, and there was grass coming up off the bottom, but my crankbait was not hitting that grass. Every once in a while it would, but most of the time those smallmouth were just coming up and trucking it up off the bottom, reeling it real fast, and those fish were just absolutely impaling it. And man, it was just a lot of fun. I ended up, because the smallmouth are such wild fighters, and the bait was not on the bottom, I changed hooks to the Gamakatsu, the Aaron Martin's treble hooks that have that nano coating on them. They made a tournament grade wire. Just real good hookup and landing percentage. I changed to those hooks, which was a big deal, I think, with that bait. I had a really good hook to land ratio with that crankbait. I heard a lot of guys talking about losing a lot of fish. I think that hook was a key player for me in landing those fish. But I tell you, the second day of the tournament, things got a lot tougher. They would not bite that crankbait near as well. I had been catching them all week on it. I knew that it was going to be a good pattern, but it really started to fade on me on that second day. Was still able to catch over 17 pounds, but I fell back in the standings to 30th. And then that third day of the tournament, in the big area that I was fishing, that crankbait bite just kind of went away. I caught one on a rock crawler early in the day, and was starting to struggle. Went 2.5 hours without a bite, and then I picked up a drop shot with a green pumpkin, watermelon, a Fuse 4.4, had it wacky rigged, picked that up, caught a 4-pounder almost right away. I knew I was gonna have to grind it out with that drop shot. Ended up steadily catching fish all day. It wasn't fast and furious by any means, but I still was able to catch 17-10 on that third day. Ended up in 35th place. That just shows how good that place was. I had over an 18-pound average for 3 days and ended up in 35th place. They just really showed out. So my key on that crankbait was a Sunline FC Sniper. Could make super long casts with it, super sensitive. If I did get any grass on there, I could rip it off because that line has little stretch on it, and it's a small diameter, so I was making real long casts, real supple. That Sniper was a deal, 12-pound. And then when I went to the drop shot, I had my trusty SX1 braid, 12-pound braid on my main line, had it down to a 7-pound Sniper leader, down to my little Gamakatsu drop shot hook with the Fuse on there. And I had a 5/16 ounce weight. I did not want that weight to get bogged down into the grass too much. I just wanted it to kind of come through the grass. So that was my setup. I basically used 2 rods the whole tournament, one of which was the John Cruz deep crank rod, which is what I was throwing that Baby DD on. 711, medium heavy action, very parabolic. I could launch that bait super long ways, cover a lot of water with it. And the other rod that I was fishing with was the John Cruz drop shot rod. Both are made by Cashin. That 7-foot 4-inch drop shot rod, that is the deal when you hook up with those big smallmouth. You got the leverage to just move them around wherever you want them with that drop shot rod. That's the deal. And that was my finish. And now we're headed to Mille Lacs for the AOY Championship up in Minnesota, the land of the giants. I didn't think the smallmouth fishing could get any better than St. Clair, and it probably doesn't have as many fish as St. Clair. In fact, I know it doesn't. But man, Mille Lacs has got some big ones. Can't wait to get up there and get that Sunline stretched again.